Oh, my good Lord. All right, it is 8:01 in the p.m. We are live on everything. I think we're going to start with just a little bit of music to let viewers and listeners catch up with us. What you're listening to is Power Glide. It's All Lies. They're a band out of Chicago. Right now, we're going to start off with something a little different. Local band called Hard Number 9. If anybody's into the local scene, that we could use them, and they're royalty free, so they let us use their stuff. But this one's Back Home, Hard Number 9.
Feeling like I'm on the run. Live every day just the same. This rock star with no fame, the way it is for everyone. God knows that if I try, I might be able to get by as one of the normal ones. But take me back home to Boston, back where I know where I belong, back where the days they seem the same, and everyone knows your name, back where I know that I'm home. So I drove off to Atlanta, looking for some home-cooked food. Well, the people, they turned away. Yeah, they had nothing to say. Man, I thought it was kind of rude. Maybe if I was their kid, they might just let me in and put me in the right kind of mood. But take me back home to Boston, back where I know where I belong, back where the days they seem the same, and everyone knows your name, back where I know that I'm home. God knows that if I try, I'll get back home alive. Never have to leave again. But take me back home to Boston, back where I know where I belong, back where the days they seem the same, and everyone knows your name, back where I know that I'm home. Bring me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home to Boston.
You ever get the feeling that everything in America is completely fucked up?
Coming to you live from Shooters in Worcester, Massachusetts. It's the Wicked Mr. Show's Comedy Chaos Tour. I'm Byron.
I'm Bob.
I'm Patty Cakes. Oh, it's on. Okay.
Yeah, you don't
All right,
have
I'm not
to,
going to stand that close then.
Yeah, you don't have to really eat the microphone.
Why not?
And we have a special guest tonight with us.
What's her name?
Jaywalk is joining us tonight.
She's a 18-wheeler driving chick who
Yeah. Don't jaywalk in front of her, you'd be good.
So I had to take this off the clip. Hello, everyone.
because you need to move.
Welcome to another edition of the Wicked Pistol Show Comedy Chaos Podcast. We're looking a little bit lean, so I'm hoping some more people show up soon. We are back at one of our favorite places where it all began for us, Shooters Bar and Grill at 70 James Street, Worcester. Very happy about tonight's show. We actually have a few people I've never heard of before. I'm very excited to see them do their show and hear what they have to say. And also, as always, very thankful for everyone that continues to support us and come out to our shows and they just do a great job and bring friends and share our love and stuff like that. So with that being said, definitely follow us on Facebook at The Wicked Pistol Show. Is it podcast or is it just Wicked Pistol Show?
Wicked Pistol Show.
Wicked Pistol Show on Facebook. We're also streaming live on Facebook Live, correct?
Yes, we are.
And also on our podcast platform, Spreaker.com, where you can hear any of our past
Why don't
episodes.
you spell it for them, Patty Cakes?
Huh?
Why don't you spell it for them, Patty
Spreaker,
Cakes?
SPREAKER.com/Wicked Pistol Show, where we have about 130 other shows. We do comedy. We've done a rap show.
Oh, yeah.
We've done a rock show. We've done bullshit shows.
We've done an
a
adult
shanty
toy
party.
show.
We've done a little bit of everything. That's kind of what we're all about. The three of us together, we just like to get together, bullshit, talk about comedy, talk about life, talk about anything and everything. And we started following comedians and really fell in love, and that's why we started this little event that we try to do a couple times a month. And we just wanted to share our love for everyone. That's why I do my little board over there. So see your picture on there. If you're not on there because you signed up late, I'll get you next time, I promise. So I'd like to get the show started. I kind of we threw her a last-minute curveball, and very gracious that she accepted our invite during the school vacation week. You probably want to get out of the house by now, right? Anyway, I'd love to give her a big round of applause, Christy Kilbazinski.
Thanks, Patty. Yeah, it is school vacation week, Patty. I've been home with my 3 kids. April vacation is kind of like watching a trailer for a scary movie that comes out in June, right? Yeah, you know it's coming, but you got to see it anyway. So for April vacation, I told my kids that we were going to have a staycation, which was my fun way of telling them that we're too poor to go to Disney, but just rich enough to go to McDonald's. It's okay. We've been to Disney before with them. And I have to say that the magic of Disney is remembering it as a good time, because nobody has ever had a good time at Disney, right? Like, I've been in the parking lot and watched my husband screaming at a kid that was throwing up, saying, "We're going to make this happen." Wasn't even our kid. So anyway, so this week we went to the Ecotarium, though. Do you guys remember that place? They used to have a yellow polar bear, right? When we were there, my 6-year-old peed his pants, and I don't keep a change of clothes with me anymore, so I had to go to the car to get him one. And guys, I'm over 35. I've had 3 kids. There's some things I can't do spontaneously anymore, like jumping jacks or sneezing. Well, we can add running to the list, because as I was running to get his change of clothes, I started peeing my pants. Yeah. Now my husband has to keep a change of clothes for me in the car. All right, guys, let's get this started. First up, we have Craig Ellis. It's a long walk. What was that? Oh,
I thought it was one of your kids. I wasn't
yeah, and Patty Cakes is going to be flashing you. Don't get excited.
Long walk trying to get up here. I tell you, I don't know about anybody else. This place was impossible to find. Talk about good marketing. I could not. I was like, I know it was here somewhere, but I'm finding, I'm hearing music. I'm like, that's the Christian place. I'm too white to go into that place. That's just not for me. And what am I doing way back there? All righty. So, a bit of a bad experience. It's been a bad day for me. I had a bad experience today. I went to food shopping today, and I was going through the checkout. The guy who was packing my bags, this guy was a moron. He really was. I mean, this guy, he winds up putting my bread and my eggs at the bottom of the bag. And then he takes all my cans, puts that right on the top. Now, by the time I got home, my bread is squished. It looks like an accordion. My eggs are all broken. They're all leaking all over the place. Bags ripping open. Egg yolks all over me. It was a mess. That's the last time I go through self-checkout. Idiot. So, when you're tall, people ask you stupid questions. Yeah. That's right. I don't think you're that tall, though. Nah. I don't know. Maybe the beard makes you look short. So, they ask you dumb questions. They'll be like, boy, you really are tall. Say, did you play basketball when you were growing up? No, not really. Boy, you really are short. Say, did you play miniature golf when you were growing up? So, all the people outside, they're all outside smoking their brains out. I used to smoke as a teenager, though, but, I was forced to quit when I found it was stunting my growth. Happens. Imagine if I kept smoking. I would have been like 5 feet tall. So, what the worst thing is about being tall? You go out and try to find a size 13 and a stiletto. Forget it. It's impossible. It won't happen. So, tell you, I love fucking with people, though. It's fucking with the short people, that is, especially when I go food shopping. I wait for somebody who's really short to walk by and go, hi, excuse me, could you do me a favor? Could you reach that for me at that bottom shelf? Give them a little taste of their own medicine. So, for my 21st birthday, I went bar hopping with a cousin of mine. We went up to Boston and wound up dragging me to this bar called Jocks. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the Boston bar scene, Jocks is not a sports bar. That's right. Jocks is a drag queen bar. That's right. Nothing like a bunch of dudes getting dressed up like women, yet giving the place a masculine-sounding name. Jocks. Did not want to go into this place. I didn't want to. It's like, I'm looking at all the people going in, and it's like, oh, let's go. No. I did not want to go in, but, I guess you say they dragged me in there. See, get it? Dragged. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm tall. I don't know how long it takes the jokes to get down there. Anyway, so went inside, sat down, had a beer, and ordered a drink. The bartender, oh, my God, was she smoking hot? Oh, my God. She's just tall. She was gorgeous. She had this low-cut top, a lot of cleavage, really big tits. I couldn't take my eyes off them. Her. I ordered a drink. She comes back. She puts it down and goes, here you go, honey. I said to my cousin, she's got kind of a deep-sounding voice. Yeah, that's because she's a guy. Oh, okay. Wait, what? She's a guy? Oh, talk about being confused now. She's got the big and I don't know how to compute this. I'm like, whoa, oh boy. Now I'm really thinking like, okay, am I gay for looking? Am I not gay? Because I don't want to. Am I half gay? I don't know. I'm so confused. I got steam coming out of my ears. I'm having a nuclear meltdown. I don't know what to do. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, danger, danger. Oh, my God, I was so confused. What a crazy night that was. But I tell you one thing. The one thing I'm not confused about, though, I know where I go every Saturday night. My brand new size 13 stilettos. So, get into a bit of a driver altercation the other day. I had this guy once cut me off in traffic, and then he flips me off. What the hell is this jerk's problem? So we get to a red light. I get out of my car and maybe go confront this moron, maybe smack some sense into him. Then he gets out of his car. The guy stands up. The guy was like 8 feet tall. I was like, holy shit. This is the first time in my life I felt short. But I tell you, though, I'm not going to let this guy off the hook. I'm standing my ground. I'm going to give this guy a piece of my mind. I stood there, I looked him right in the eye. I said, look, pal, what's your problem? You cut me off, and then you flipped me off. Just tell me something, will you? Did you ever play basketball when you were growing up? All right, guys, that's it for me. My name is Craig Ellis. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. The way Craig was describing packing a bag reminds me of how my body was after childbirth. Everything was squishy, right? Eggs were out, milk flying everywhere. All right. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys actually the next 3 comics that are going to be coming up just so that you can get ready. So we have Kevin Knightley, Crystal Angel, and Mary Redden. And Lewis is taking my picture to put on his wall because he's creepy like that. Do we? Oh, okay. All right. Craig, I've been to Jacques. That's my favorite place to go. That's where the drag queens comment on my shoes. Nothing makes your night better than a drag queen. All right. Give it up for Kevin Knightley.
Hey guys, listen. Don't try talking to me about politics. I hate people that talk about politics. Like the other day, this dude comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, what do you think about the Second Amendment?" And I was like, "I definitely support your right to go shoot yourself in your fucking face right now, fucking asshole. Love guns. Don't ask me something like that." I actually just got back from the country of Brazil. I went down there to meet my girlfriend's family, and they don't speak a word of English, which is ideal because I can say whatever I want to them, and there's no consequences for anything I say. For example, she's got this 5-year-old nephew who's like a total scumbag, right? I mean, this kid, he kicks stray dogs, puts ketchup on his pizza, total piece of shit. So I look his father right in the face, and I'm like, "Hey, you know your kid's made completely out of garbage, right?" And when he was like, "What?" I was like, "Go fuck yourself. Kid sucks." I got Brazil wasn't all bad. I got to cheat on my girlfriend down there, which was nice. Nice to switch things up sometimes. Except the thing was the girl. She's like, it was a girl. She says, "Hey, put on this condom," and I'm like, "No way. I hate condoms. I mean, wearing a condom is like ordering a well-done steak. It's just stupid. I mean, without all the juice, what's the point, right? I'll let that soak in." But no, I'm just messing around. I wouldn't cheat on my girlfriend. In fact, we would have had sex all the time while we were down there if it weren't for all the kids around, like her niece and her piece of shit nephew. And you know, speaking of that, I think it was comedy legend Woody Allen that once said, "There's no worse cock block than somebody else's kids. And there's no worse cock tease than your own kid." Woody Allen married his adopted daughter, which I think that's way worse that she was adopted. Because you know at some point he walked in there and was like, "I think I like that one right there." It's a sick son of a bitch. What else do I got? You guys know they had jaguars in Brazil? nobody told me that shit till I was already down there. And we were driving along, and I'm like, hey, you want to pull over? I got to take a piss. They're like, no problem. Hey, watch out for jaguars. I'm like, watch out for what? They're like, yeah, jaguars. They're like everywhere. And I feel like somebody should have told me that before I got down there. Like, at the very least, there should have been a dude at the terminal at the airport who saw somebody like me and was like, hey, man, can I talk to you for a second? You know they got fucking jaguars down there, right? Listen, I'll get you on a plane to Aruba. It's way closer, and there are almost no jaguars there. So I decided that I'm going to be that person that I wish was there for me. I'm going to Logan tomorrow. I'm stopping people on flights to Brazil. I'm going to keep my message short and sweet. I'm just going to say, hey, don't get on the plane. Don't get on the plane. I don't see what could go wrong. I'm Kevin Knightley. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I think Patty is supposed to be given the light. The whole show. All right. Next up, we have Crystal Angel. I think you're gonna jump up? You're jumping up? All right, here we go. Woo!
Yay!
Oh, almost. A for effort. Here we go, Crystal.
Well, thank God she did that before I did it.
And that didn't even take any alcohol. I am Crystal Angel. I'm from Las Vegas. Some of you know that because we've talked. Some of you don't. Vegas is very different than here. I did go to high school. I'm sure you can relate to that because we all went to high school. My high school is a little different, though, because I'm from Vegas, and it's different there. And people should not raise children there. So in my high school, it was really cool to be bisexual. Like all the girls, no guys for some reason. It was just the girls. They were all making out with each other all the time. And only the cool girls. And I wasn't bisexual, but I didn't know that I wasn't bisexual. So I have to be open-minded for it. So, I told everybody, I'm bisexual too. I wanted to go to the cool parties. And I did, and it got me in. It got us all in. And there was one party that we went to, and this girl's name was Spike. She was hot. She was gorgeous. That's how I could be a little bisexual, because I think that girls are really sexy. But that's as far as it goes, I learned later that night. Because she told me, after drinking, in front of everybody, she said, I don't think you're bisexual. I think you're a fake. And everybody goes, ooh, she's fake. She's fake. And I was like, shit. People who weren't paying attention all of a sudden were involved with this whole situation. Because when somebody says that and you hear, ooh, everybody looks because they're involved now. I said the most badass thing I've said to this day as a comeback. It was one of those times where I didn't go home wishing I had said something else. I said exactly what I should have said. I said to her, I looked at her and I said, oh yeah. There was more to that. There's more. I said more. I said, oh yeah. Why don't you go sit on that couch, spread your legs, and let me show you how fake I really am. Dead silence. Nobody knew what to say. We were 14. What do you say to that? Everybody just was in shock. That was some hella badass shit to say at 14. Nobody says that at 14. Everybody was just looking. And then, I didn't know this at the time, but my uncle was coming to pick me up. But he was there already, and he had some beers. And apparently he wanted to watch a show, because he was like, yeah! Woo! Show her how fake you are! And I was like... I should tell you at this point in the story, he wasn't a blood uncle. He was married in, if that makes it better. A little less weird. So the ball was in her court at this point, and I think that she wasn't expecting that, because she just kind of said, okay. And she went and she sat down, and she spread her legs, and she wasn't wearing panties. And my first thought was Homer Simpson in a triangle lock for some reason. 3 hairs all bald. 14. I mean, not to get you thinking about 14-year-old parts, but that's what it was. I was 14 at the time. It was okay, because I was 14. Anyway, so I wanted to make it sexy, because everybody was looking at us. And so I went across the room. And in my mind at this point, because I'm just, after that badass shit I laid on her, it was in my head, the song, the cherry pie song. She's my cherry pie. And I started crawling across the floor to her, stripper crawling. And all the while that song's going off in my head. And I'm trying to blow my hair in the imaginary wind, like the song. And I'm crawling to her, just doing this slowly, like weird drill that's about to just go into her, but not know what she's going to do when she gets there. So I did. I got there. I got to my destination. And I didn't know what to do. I'd never done what you're supposed to do at that point. I had never even seen a vagina. Porn in the 90s, if you ever got a glimpse of it, your parents had it on the squiggle lines. So I did get to catch glimpses of it, but the parts I caught were the eyes looking up, girl on girl, eyes looking up, and the fingers going like this. And I didn't know what she was doing with her mouth. I mean, she could have been fucking whistling, and I would have known, and I didn't know how to whistle anyway, so I was really screwed, because you can just whistle on her vagina. I didn't know what to do. And I looked up at her, and she was as scared as me, because she didn't know what to do either, because she was faking too. So, and then, in the back, I hear my uncle go, okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. And then we went home. Thank you very much. I love you.
Thanks, Crystal. You going to go down the same way you came up? You got to do it. All right. We have Mary Reedon coming up next. Yeah. So, Crystal, you're from Vegas, right? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? Yeah. Yeah. My husband and I went to Vegas on our honeymoon, part of our honeymoon. But I ordered a lot of juicy steaks, as Kevin would say. So what happened in Vegas is staying with me for the next 18 years. All right? All right, Mary, you're up. No roll on? Come on. No roll on the stage? No.
In this economy, I can't do gymnastics. I actually had an opener. I prepared like a normal functioning human being, but I'm not kidding you. I just got trapped in that bathroom. Like, we're talking about height, all right? So I'm going to just go along with that. I got stuck in the bathroom stall, didn't know how to unlock it. I had to crawl under, which is really just like a normal squat for me. So I crawled underneath the bathroom stall. So basically what I'm saying is like, thank you, GMOs. You just saved my fucking life. 3 people clap for GMOs. Okay. Nice. Anyone else just riddled with fear and insecurity at all times? All right. So not social anxiety, though, because you seem very comfortable just yelling in a crowd. Not sitting up front, though. Oh, yeah. No, they do that. Do you have a Xanax prescription? All right. Yeah. We'll talk. So as will soon be apparent, probably like me, I'm very just riddled with anxiety at all times, full of fear. The anxiety in my head isn't very logical, as it tends to be. It's just kind of like the beginning of I Will Survive, but just the first line. Once I was afraid I was petrified. And it's just that, man. It's just that. On a fucking loop all the time. I never find out what I'm scared of. My brain's always just like, watch out. And I'm like, for what? And they're just like, I don't know, just watch out. So that's pretty fun. In case you can't tell, I have very hard time relating to human beings. It's not just because I can't look them in the eye directly. I'm too short. But yeah, I feel like an alien a lot of the time. not saying that because I'm wearing this beanie. But yeah, anyone play the game The Sims? All right, yeah, we got about 5 nerds in the audience. Thank you very much for coming. D&D is on Wednesday next week, so you're at the wrong thing. But it'll be lit. You guys get ready. Yeah, I just kind of feel like a sim because I also just walk into parties that I'm not invited to and just yell random shit at them and pee on the floor and cry. So, just like, cheeseburger, Elon Musk, stock market. That's how I have conversations. But yeah, so I'm just checking off my list of stand-up comedy stereotypes. I've had some mild crowd work. Made myself relatable / unrelatable, so charming. And now I just, I'm single. I'm single, everybody. Woo! No reaction. I've got to stay on brand, right?
Yay!
Oh. Can I just have that as like an app on my phone? Everywhere I go. Great, thank you. We will also talk. I'm going to get hooked up tonight. Been single for a while. It's been a long time since I've woohooed. As a callback to 30 seconds ago. I've been a long time since I've had sex. Actually, the other day I put on a new tampon without taking the old one out, ladies. That's not the joke. Relax. I almost called my mom to tell her I met someone, Either way, I'm not pregnant, so she'd be happy, right? Anyway, speaking of not breeding, I'm not a political comic. Also, we're just, staying consistent, right? I do donate to Planned Parenthood. It is for services rendered, but still, it's for a good cause. For a good cause. Yeah. Are you okay? Get him some Prozac, too. He needs a moment, all right? It's the same thing if you, any amount. Mix them. So I've had girlfriends before. Obviously, did you guess I was wearing a muscle tee under this denim? Because you're correct. The only thing that would make me gayer is if I were wearing soccer cleats and my muscle tee, my hair also had a muscle tee. Little stutter, everything's fine. I've had girlfriends. That much is obvious. Didn't have to tell you that. I have had boyfriends. Oh, everyone's so surprised. I have a sneaking suspicion that they were also questioning their sexuality, like they were defrocked Catholic priests who were confused about my age and gender. Oh, it's too soon. The fucking church has been around longer than they think the earth has been around. Relax. Okay? It's gonna be all right. We're gonna ease you in. Okay? It would explain the beards and the poor fashion sense and the crying, though. So that would really explain so much. All right. Well. Again, not prepared.
Ta-da! Thanks. Hey, Mary, you talk about being a geek, right? Did you go to the oh, you're not a geek? Oh, you're the cool kid. Then I guess you weren't at PAX. Do you know what PAX is? Does anybody here know what PAX is? Were you at PAX? I was at PAX. Yeah, PAX is the Penny Arcade Expo. It's with all gamers and games. It's the only expo I've ever been to where they have to write hygiene instructions on your badge. It's true. This is not a joke. Like, take a shower every day, brush your teeth. But the sad part is most people didn't abide by the instructions on the badge. Yeah. Never again, right? That's the only expo where I've ever had that happen. I've gone to the boat show. There's no fucking hygiene instructions at the boat show. All right, guys. Our next comic's up. Our Liam Meager. Sorry. Mar? It's not my fault. You're right. And I'm not sweating it. And then Danny Sasso and Jeff DeCaro, if he's back. All right. Liam. Get up. I read it out of order, and now you're coming. We're committed to this, Liam. Liam's dressed like this is a job interview. Liam, what are your traits? What are your qualities? What can you contribute to this company? You can dance. You're cool with that?
Just here to sell some personality, Lou. Good evening, everybody. My name is Liam Marr, spelt Meagher, hence her difficulty. It's Gaelic and pretentious. So I like to tell jokes, but growing up, I hated effective speaking, public speaking really in general. Like growing up, elementary school, middle school, high school, whenever I had to give a presentation, I would kind of just sweat, and eventually it would be over. I graduated high school. I thought, great, no more public speaking for me. Then I got to college. Turns out that's all you fucking do in college. First class was effective speaking. My first class in effective speaking, I had to give a 2-minute presentation. Who was Liam Marr? Cold sweats, tunnel vision, fumbled through the whole goddamn thing. Professor took me outside and said, Mr. Meager, that was terrible. If you want to have any chance at passing this class, you got to work on your nerves. The next time you go on stage, I want you to picture everyone in the audience naked. So there I was. Cold sweats, tunnel vision, dick hard as a fucking rock. Ended up with a D for the semester. So, I had an uncle walk in on me masturbating once. And it was dumb. Like, I didn't even do anything to get myself caught. I was just standing outside his bedroom door, minding my own business, and he didn't even have the decency to knock. I turned 21 this year. Thank you. And when you turn 21, you have to renew your license. So that's what I did. And when you renew your license, you get asked, or I was asked, if I wanted to remain an organ donor. I'm a good person. I said yes. Though my reasons were almost entirely selfish. See, I'm an organ donor because now I get to take solace in the fact that maybe in death, I'll finally be inside of somebody and not disappoint them. I got pretty sick recently. I had mono, which I used to think was something only cool 7th graders could get. But it turns out they can also give it to you. Since I was a kid, speaking of kids, since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to do comedy. I told my parents when I grow up, I want to be just like Robin Williams. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean what it used to, but it is still the only dream my dad has ever fully supported. My parents and I, we actually go way back. Not all of them have to be dark, guys. I've been disappointing them ever since my second trimester when they found out I can't hold my own alcohol. My mom hates that joke. Yeah. I have not told her this next one. Growing up, I was the middle child, which fortunately hasn't changed yet, despite my parents' best efforts. See, I was actually supposed to have another younger brother, but I ate him in utero. last summer. I had to pass a drug test. How much time I got? What are we? 1 minute? Shit. 1 minute. What do I got to do for 1 minute? So I had to pass a drug test for work recently, which was hard for me because I like to smoke a lot of weed, which is exactly why passing regular tests is hard for me. So there I was buying synthetic piss, originally intended for fetish play. Put that sucker in a 5-hour energy, wrapped it in hand warmers, and tied it to my leg. Only to find out I wasn't being observed a little bit. I went in there and had about 15 minutes worth of paperwork to fill out. And then I went to the bathroom to remove the little IED that had been burning a hole in my leg. I ended up burning myself removing it and spilling the whole thing on me. So now I'm out of a job, and I have no way to facilitate this new piss thing I got going on. All right, definitely not how I should have ended that, but thank you, everybody. My name is Liam Barr.
You're 21. That means you were born in 1998. Let that sink in for all of you that are over 30.
I know that this guy is an example of someone who has never, ever seen scrambled porn before in his life.
My son was born in 1999. Oh, shit.
97. It doesn't make me feel better.
Jesus,
but
by
you know
then
what
I was
makes me
working
feel
on my
better
second divorce.
is that I was an accounting major and I have my MBA and I ended up right here. And yet you're going. And that's your path, right back here. That's where it's going to lead you. All right, thanks, Leo.
Oh my God, that was funny. So, guys, I just want to say a few things. Thank you for bearing with me with changing who's going where, what, why. I'm just trying to be accommodating to everyone. So
it's what you do best.
So sorry if there's any confusion. I'm just going to put it out there. I kind of said it to someone, and they said, "Don't worry about it." But if you are bothered by this light, we can change it, but it would be like bright lights on. So if you want us to change it, we can. We can't stop the blinking crap, but we can turn on like house lights or something. So if anyone wants us to change it, let me know. We'll take care of that. I hope you're having fun tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I know we're kind of all performing for each other tonight, but it's still kind of a, should I even say, I don't want to say contest. We just like to give a prize, an award, because we really appreciate you guys. So vote for your favorite comedian. They win $25 tonight. And also, I have to give out my redneck gift basket, because that's what I do. It's a little different tonight because I was like, oh, shit, I forgot to buy the Funyuns. Oh, shit, I forgot the pork rinds. But it's still basic. There's a beer in there. You can't drink it here. But there's a beer in there. There's some moon pie. There's a redneck fire alarm, which is Jiffy Pop. So fun stuff. So please vote for your favorite people. And I just love seeing you guys. We really, really appreciate it. Definitely check out. We'll put links out. You can see yourself. You can see your fellow comedians. You can share it with friends and family that maybe don't get a chance to see you guys because it's a Wednesday night. And just maybe critique yourself or listen, whatever. But thank you so much. I'm going to give it back to Christy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Patty Cakes. Next up, because I went out of order before, is Danny Sasso. Fuck you, Lewis. Thanks.
How's everybody doing? Obviously, you just had the preacher. Now you have Jesus. I am a roofer. I've been a roofer for like 32 years. And I know there's a stereotype that all roofers do a lot of drugs, drink a lot. Well, that's absolutely fucking true. I'm turning 54 this year. And I've been thinking about this Viagra thing, you know. Not that I need it, but I figured, what the hell. So I took 3 of them for, just for fun. Now, I made some mistakes in my life, but that one is like that high on the list. I mean, don't get me wrong. first hour was great. Within 15 minutes, I felt like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Fun, 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 fun. During the second hour, my old lady's like, I can't help you no more. And call a fucking dentist. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? You know? So I tied a little yarn on the end of it. And I'm playing with the cats. Come on. And I'm like, look, Star Wars. Luke, I have a boner. Next thing I know, she's upstairs. She's calling me. Hey, the toilet's clogged. Do you know where the snake is? So I bounced upstairs. Fun, 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 fun. I got to tell you, man, it hurt a little bit. But when that drain let go, oh. And she says, hey, while you're here, because I know she's duct taping a feather duster on the end of it. She's like, while you're here, you might as well get the cobwebs off the ceiling. I got to tell you, the corners were pretty fun, man. And everything was going great. So I got to the center of the room. For the love of God, shut off the ceiling fan. During the fourth hour, now we're in the fourth hour, I'm like, oh, now I'm getting scared, okay? So I got to get to the hospital. And I would have drove myself, but it kept getting caught in the steering wheel. So the EMTs show up, right? The guy walks in, looks at me, and goes, you better get 2 blankets. I think he's Italian. So they got 3 guys, coming in to carry me. First guy took the top. The second guy took the bottom. The third guy comes and says, I'll take the middle. And I was scared at that point. Not that I was going to the hospital. It's because I have a ceiling fan in every fucking room in that house. So we get to the hospital. And the doctor walks in. And he's like, well, we got to take this needle. Hold on. Nurse, you better get a bigger needle. I think he's Italian. So I said, look, Dr. Shopvac, how are you going to help me? And so he does that, and he gets the needle out. But where do you want to go from here? I just talked about my dick for 5 minutes. Like I said, I am a roofer. And one of the hardest part about being a roofer is finding that place to go to the bathroom when you get on the job site. I had to go so bad one day. I ran to the top of the roof, and I start going off the side. Next thing I know, the homeowner's running into the backyard. You boys need to hurry up. I think it's starting to rain. That's even worse when you got to take a crap. I had to go so bad one day. I ran in the backyard. Thank God there was woods, So I crawled back there, and I found myself a nice spot. I sat down. Next thing I know, there's like 10,000 needles in my ass. I sat on a yellow jacket's nest. And let me tell you something, them bees were pissed, especially the one with the trumpet. Anybody watch fucking cartoons? I'm 54. Anybody watch fucking cartoons? This is a fucking disco here. Yeah. So I'm running back to the, oh yeah, I'm taking a shit. Beatles. All right. So I'm running through the woods, right? I got needles in my ass, trumpets in my ears. I break through the woods line. Who comes out the door? The homeowner with his 8-year-old son. And he looks at me, looks at his kid and goes, that's why you got to go to school. Now get on the fucking bus. All right, guys, thanks. Be safe.
Hello? Oh, we're back. Here we are. Look at that. All right, next up we have Jeff DiCario.
Jeff DiCaro, hi, thank you. Winner of last night's roast battle. Josh Pinio, you guys know him? Little guy, big chair. I handed his ass to him. Lewis took a picture and posted it online, and it's this. The spotlight is in my eyes, and I'm like looking down and kind of wincing from the spotlight and looking at him, and it looks like I'm like staring daggers at him, like I'm hating him. It looks so angry. I think it's the heavy eyebrows. I don't know. trying to be friendlier, trying to smile more. I've heard about that I look unfriendly, and I've learned that I've heard that I look angry. Trying to be friendlier. I don't know. I was online at the deli, and the guy who worked at the deli was like beautiful. He was this just like beautiful. I'm not gay, but it was just like one time where I saw this guy. He was like, oh, he just like stopped me in my tracks. So like, I was just watching him, and I forgot what I was going to order. And he came up and he's like, what are you getting? And my mind was blank. I had nothing to say. So I was like, oh, hey, check this out. And I just like did this like dance thing. And he just like looked at me and said nothing, and then he just like walked away, which is what he should have done. It's ridiculous that I tried to do that. It doesn't even mean anything. Ann Coulter went on Fox News and said that we should be allowed to shoot the immigrants as they try to cross the border. She's a real patriot, you guys. I don't know. I think if these Republicans really wanted these kids shot, they'd let them in the country and enroll them in our schools. The gun thing, the school shooting thing, it's becoming a bit of an issue. I don't know if I for sure have the solution, but I know that it's an idea. The idea is, I feel like every teenage boy, their kryptonite is farts, right? It's funny still to me now. And so I think if we had, if we had guns that sounded like farts instead of guns, the kids would laugh and they wouldn't be able to aim. I feel like it's it fixes the problem, And we don't want a wall anyway, because they're letting drugs in through the border, and we've become addicted to OxyContin, and so we need to buy the drugs cheap when they come over the border. So we don't want the wall. This is going well. We're having a good time. We are having a good time. This comedy night got dark. OxyContin sells itself, but I wrote a slogan for it anyways. OxyContin. This'll get the grandkids to visit. Hey guys, did we ever figure out where Caitlyn Jenner is allowed to take a shit? Because I feel like it was a big concern for like a couple of weeks, like a year and a half ago. And then nobody ever talked about it again. But I don't think anything was decided on. And it's like, I don't know. It's been a year and a half. She's definitely shit her pants by now, right? All right, you guys. I think that's it for me. Thank you very much. My name is Jeff DeCaro.
Jeff, you were talking about fart guns. I feel like that would cause a bigger problem. Like, my kids are really into farts, too. Like, I just think if guns sounded like farts, more people would own guns. That's all that would make. All right. Next up, we have the Italian Mafias coming to town. Anthony Fitchner and Anthony Casella, and then Bella Palmer.
How's everybody doing? Good. Okay, so I just turned 21 recently. Woohoo, yes. My parents didn't even say that. They were like, why are you still here? What are you doing? So, anybody ever get a really bad present before for their birthday or anything? Yep. What'd you get? Socks? All right, my dad got me a losing scratch ticket for my birthday. And the worst thing is that he already scratched it. You're just like, reminded me of you, who's a loser. So I realize I'm 21 now. I got to start thinking about what other people are thinking about me. So, does drinking tea make me gay? No? All right. My boyfriend says it does. So I don't. Am I gay or am I not? I don't know. Anybody see the new Twilight Zone? With you saw it? Yeah. Did you watch the comedian one? Yeah. Every time he talks about somebody, they just disappear completely. So I'm going to talk about my girlfriend tonight, and maybe she will get out of my life. I don't know. I told her a few weeks ago that I cheated on her in my dream, and she didn't talk to me for an entire week. So then I told her that I cheated on her really, so she wouldn't talk to me ever, because that was the most peaceful week in my entire life. Hold on one second. I gotta check something. No, she's still there. It didn't work, guys. Didn't work. I'll put this over here. So yeah. Wait. What a joke, huh? Anybody go to church? Lent is finally almost over, which means that I can finally masturbate again on Fridays. That's a Catholic thing. You can't eat meat and you can't beat meat. So, hasn't been working very well. I never minded going to church, really. Except I went the other day, and this guy in front of me, his breath smelled like he had just eaten out a skunk, and it was awful. People in the audience with bad breath, why, when you talk, do you talk so breathy? He was like, "Peace be with you." And I was like, dude, and a Tic Tac for you, okay? Jesus was not the only lifesaver that guy needed that day, if I'm being completely honest. But I should probably tell you guys that this is one of the last shows I'm ever going to do, because I have a blood clot that is in my leg and slowly making its way to my lungs. And at least that's what WebMD said. My foot fell asleep. I looked it up. I've been a hypochondriac. I've had cancer so many times in my life that I can't even remember. And I looked that up, and that's a symptom of Alzheimer's. So I've got just a walking disease. Everybody says, "Hey, listen, you're fine, okay? Stop being a bitch." And I'm like, "All right, Mom, you don't got to talk to me like that." And I realized the other day that one day I'm going to be right, okay? I'm going to be sitting on that hospital bed. I'm going to be sitting on that hospital bed for the 1,000th time in my short life. And the doctor, and I'm going to say to the doctor, it's all in my head. Everybody's saying it's all in my head. I just came to make sure. He's going to say, "Actually, Anthony, it's not all in your head. It's in your lungs and your liver and your kidney. And you should have listened to WebMD, because it's right sometimes, guys. It's right sometimes." All right, that's my time. My name's Anthony. Thank you very much.
Hey, Anthony, watching you try to put that phone in your pocket, I don't think you're going to have to worry about your girlfriend that much longer. All right, next up we have Anthony oh, fuck, I don't want to fuck it up. Hold on. Casella.
Just like the trash company, all right? Remember that. The Casella Trash Company. Come on now. If only I had a bit of their money. Well, I gotta say, this crowd is already better. The last one was sleeping, almost as if Cosby was behind the bar serving drinks. But I gotta say, it's a tough time for religion recently. The mosque in New Zealand just got shot to pieces, and Notre Dame just went down. God damn, I mean, no pun intended, but, you know. But what really got under my skin was this article I read today, and the title read, let me double check exactly how it goes. "Oil spill now larger than Paris. Ravages Indonesian island, 5 dead." Larger than Paris? You mean physically or in a tragic sense? Because that sounds kind of braggadocious to me. Like, come on now. You could have used any other comparison. How about the go-to comparison for size? Football fields. That is a roundabout comparison that most people can wrap their heads around, right? It's about this many football fields long, this many wide. Most people can understand that. I've never been to Paris. How the fuck should I know how big this oil spill is? Until they said it was like, oh, it's about 50 miles long off the coast. Oh, they keep cutting in and out. I guess they really don't like me. It really just sounds like everyone's just trying to flex on one another about whose tragedy's worse. They keep happening one after the other. So it's like, oh, your church burned down? Well, we lit the water on fire. So our tragedy's worse than yours, bro. Like, come on now. What's the matter with you? Then I got to the next part of the article, and it read that the fire was started by the cleanup crew. So I would assume that the game was on soon, and they just didn't want to continue mopping, so they were like, oh, shit! Oh, shit! We are so fired. Another pun not intended. Although it literally is, because those were the 5 that died. Hey, man, that's what happens when you start bragging a little bit too early. But that was about 850 years worth of significant history gone in ashes, and they're bragging about how they just pissed off an entire coastline that's no longer allowed to smoke a cigarette, but they can't stop coughing now. So it's like, and they just ruined their water supply, so now they're making out like California. But I started to think about how they might use data from a video game to help rebuild it, because Assassin's Creed came out a few years ago that took place during the French Revolution, and they have a lot of data on the architecture of Notre Dame. So they might use that to help rebuild the architecture. And I was just thinking, the video games that are going to come out of that, they might make a new console that's literally a crucifix. Above will be the halo where you put the disc and it lights up when you turn it on. And I was just assuming that people are going to get irritated when all those annoying updates come to the console. Is it update, then reboot? All right, how long does it usually take to reboot? Less than an hour? Now, this one you got to wait 3 days for it to come back to life. We're going to call it the Resurrection Console. Then, what about the games that would come out for it? They're probably just going to reenact the Passion of Christ. That final level is like, you got to survive all the way to the crucifixion, which is kind of contradictory. Like, he didn't really survive. Then what if the VR headset comes out? There's going to be 2. Either you get a halo, or you get the crown of thorns that Jesus was forced to wear. That must be a scary VR to go into. You're walking while people are just berating you, then you finally get nailed to the cross. Someone sticks you. Wouldn't you know that's one of your homeboys that probably stuck you? But when you got that headset on, he probably did fuck with you anyway. So, I don't know, just a lot of weird shit online lately. I gotta be honest. I had to really cut back on my porn intake lately. I went from like 40 hours worth of porn a week to like 25. This is just a roundabout estimate. But what really freaks me out is all these sketches of like brother and sister. What the fuck is that about? I don't want to watch two, even if it's make-believe brothers and sisters. There's just one that really freaked me out. I'm not. Oh, what's up? Hey, thanks for flashing a light at me. I got plenty in my face. A buzz. Yeah, there you go. Now I know what time it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to say thanks for putting this. Hold on, no, honestly. I would like to say thanks for putting this together to allow us to do this tonight. Though, honestly, this is really cool. Thanks.
It's my fault. I wasn't explicit. When I said she's going to flash you, I meant with a light. I think that's where we all went wrong here. All right. You were talking a lot about the cathedral. I feel like every time I go on Facebook, I see everybody's picture of when they visited the cathedral over the last 10 years. I don't give a shit. When you visited the cathedral, my husband and I were there in September to celebrate our wedding anniversary, and we literally were like, no, we're not going in. Walked right by. We went to dinner by ourselves. Still best decision I made that whole trip. All right, next up, we have Bella Palmer. What, do we not? That's on my list. All right, fine. What? You're chaos. You are the chaos. You guys should see my list. There's more up and down, all around. All right. We've got Brian Harpin next. He also goes by Bella every once in a while for his close friends. Behind closed doors, just me and him.
What's up, y'all? I'm Brian Harpin. I'm sorry I look like shit. I just came from a camping trip. I've been camping all week. These are the only clean clothes I had. So before I got here, I made sure I gave myself a Puerto Rican shower before I came down. For those who don't know what a Puerto Rican shower is, that's when you take wet wipes and you use them to clean your body. All right. So, I love camping. I've been camping my whole life, and it's great. A lot of cool stuff's happened. When I was 15 years old, I was out on a camping trip, and that's when I got my first blowjob. And it was great. Woo! It was great. But then my dad showed up, and he called the police on my scoutmaster. Did the old switcheroo on you. You thought I was with another girl. No, it was a scoutmaster. Pedophile jokes. These are fun. But no, camping is great because it's just being out in nature is great because you get to see things you would normally see. Sometimes it's some different wildlife. Sometimes it's some different plants. And other times it's people doing hard drugs and homeless people having butt sex. You have to say butt sex. It's funny. If you say anal sex, it's not funny. But butt sex. People always crack up when you say butt sex. All right, so you guys see the strike going on at Stop and Shop. I don't know if that's affected anyone all that much. I have a lot of friends online that are social justice warriors. It's boycott Stop and Shop and show support for the workers. Motherfucker, you think I have Stop and Shop money? No, I don't shop at Stop and Shop. I can't afford name brands. I got to go to the Price Right and get the off-brand stuff. I can't get Dr. Pepper. I have to get Mr. Pepper. I can't afford a doctor. Not on my salary. I don't get Cheetos. I get Cheezos. It's ridiculous. You think I have money to go grocery shopping at Stop and Shop? Whew, that's a rich people's store. They don't even get me started on Whole Foods. That's freaking billionaire store. So an interesting fact, and a lot of people find it hard to believe, but I have never done drugs before. No pot, no coke, no nothing. I've never done drugs, and most people find that's amazing. Don't clap for me.
Oh, my.
But when people ask me, how come you've never done drugs? And I said, it was all because of the DARE program. Any of my millennials remember the DARE program? Oh, yeah, the DARE program. The good old DARE program. And the reason why the DARE program was so effective, so they got to one white suburban kid, and there was 80 million of us they didn't get to, apparently. But the reason why is, and I remember being in second grade, and the DARE officer telling us, if you use marijuana, you could die. And I believed that. Till I was a freshman in college. Yeah, I believed you could die from marijuana till I was 18, 19. So when you're that guy, you don't have many friends, and you're definitely not getting laid. But, yeah, and it's true, you can die from marijuana. The cop just negated tells the part you have to eat, not smoke. You have to eat 18 pounds of marijuana in under a minute in order for the THC to kill you. It's like, I'm pretty sure if you ate 18 pounds of spaghetti, it would be the same outcome in under a minute. Like, there's no way you can eat 18 pounds of anything and not die. Every time I tell that joke, I find that there's comics after the show that always want to offer me drugs after that, which, I've totally get. A couple weeks ago, I did my first hometown show in my hometown of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, which was really cool. All my family and friends who always said they would come if it was closer, they came out. People from the city that I knew from around, and they came out to see me. It was fun. So after the show, I'm hanging out with a couple of the comics, like, hey, you've never done drugs? I'm like, no, I really haven't. So one guy's like, well, I got some weed if you want some. I'm like, no, I'm okay. It's like thing. Another comic's like, you want to try some of this? He's like, what is it? He's like, it's acid. And it's like, okay, I've never smoked weed, so I don't want to start my first acid trip. And then, I shit you not, another comic pulls out a glass pipe, lights it up, he takes a deep inhale, he's like, asks me if I want some. I'm like, what is it? It's crack. I was like, no. I don't think tonight is the night I want to try crack. Not by a long shot. So, as I mentioned, I am camping. It's great. I love camping. My friends who are also on vacation from work this week, they went to Puerto Rico, and they asked me, do you want to go with us to Puerto Rico? And I said, no, absolutely not. Like, why not? It's like, guys, we got Puerto Ricans in Rhode Island, and no offense, I've been looking at them for free my whole life. I don't want to pay $1,800 to look at Puerto Ricans. Like, what am I going to see? It's like, oh, we got the new and improved Puerto Ricans here. Like, no, I don't want to. It's like, no, it's great. You can see something you might not have seen before. Like what, a Puerto Rican man who's over 5'9"? I don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That's like seeing a unicorn or a blue moon. It's a rare occurrence. But I don't want to spend $1,800 to spend on it. Plus, they're taking a cruise ship down there. It's like, okay, so let me get this straight. We're going to take a boat that's worth more than the island of Puerto Rico to the island and hang out. And you don't think that's going to make us look like a bunch of dicks? All right. Thanks for having me tonight, Wicked Pissa. My name is Brian Harpin. Make sure to vote for me.
Thank you very much. Obviously, we're hanging out with different comics after the show. All right. The most Jimmy Cash has ever offered me is a seltzer water. So, all right. Next up, we've got Todd Clay.
All right. How you doing, man? Good? All right. What's that like? Good. I got a new job recently. That's good, right? New job's good. Thank you. I'm a temp at a printing company. So I stayed at a machine for 8 hours a day, just putting labels on printing blankets for 8 hours a day. Just putting labels on printing blankets. There used to be a machine that did my job, but it killed itself. I had to hire a temp. I'm not going to kill myself. I need the money, so they figured that out. It's corporate thinking, guys, right? I did realize the other day I'm about 3 paychecks away right now from being able to live paycheck to paycheck, so things are getting better slowly, guys, you know. I knew I was having trouble with cash when I found myself walking through the dollar store wishing they had layaway. Someday. Trying to help out with the bills around my apartment now. I'm trying to help out with the water bill by doing all my crying in the shower. I went out and bought some of that No More Tears shampoo, and my water bill went back up $50. Like, fuck. I had a doctor's appointment recently. My doctor told me he wanted me to exercise more. I told my doctor I got all my exercise, just struggling to survive. How many calories you burn? Just hoping that rent check clears, right? Shit. I don't mind being poor because there's things that poor people get to experience that rich people don't, you know. Like the excitement of seeing how far you can get when your gas light comes on. All right. Not having a lot of cash. A lot of my friends are buying new expensive things like new cars and stuff. And when they buy them, they have a criteria like looks and gas mileage. And I was thinking of my current fiscal situation. The only criteria I would have for buying a new car right now is whether or not I could live in it at some point. It's actually, I'm actually waiting for my handicap placard from the state of Massachusetts for my crippling debt. So, all right. And my doctor wanted me to exercise more, so I went home and I looked up Planet Fitness online, and then I took a nap. You know, baby steps, guys, right? I was thinking I want to name my apartment Planet Fitness. You know, that way people can pay me $10 a month not to come to my place too. All right. I thought about going to the gym the other day, and I almost pulled a hamstring, so that's not happening. I was on my couch last night. I realized I've been smoking marijuana for 35 years. That's good to have goals, guys, right? I was thinking if I had all that money, though, I spent over those 35 years and all that marijuana hit me right now today, I could probably buy a really big bag of pot. A really big bag of pot. I think weird stuff when you get high. I was with some friends who were trying to figure out how come aliens haven't come down and visited Earth yet. Each of us had our own theory. One of my friends' theories, maybe all the religions driving everybody crazy. They don't want to get involved in that kind of thing. Another one of my friends' theories, maybe it's all the wars kind of scaring them off, you know. My theory is that they finally came across a copy of that movie, Human Centipede. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you people? I like to probe shit. That's fucked up. What do you mean there's a part 2? Fuck. Holy shit. So I had a birthday. New Year's Eve is my birthday. That's good, right? New Year's Eve, I turned 50 years old. Yeah. Only one saying that was me. Yeah, I turned 50 years old, guys. I would have saved more money if I thought I was going to make it this far, but yeah, your life changes a lot when you get older. When I was younger, I used to stay up all night doing coke with my friends. Yep, now I stay up all night because I drank a coke with my friends. Shit. Guys, they say that every day in life is a gift, but I'm never sure if it's going to be one of those joke gifts. One of those fake scratch stickers or an exploding cigarette. One of those rubber vaginas, you know. I hate those days. I thought it was time to get off stage. I wasn't sure if you were going to come over and push me off the stage or something. All right, before I leave, guys, they say if you want to make it in show business, you got to make a lot of sacrifices. I'm just hoping they don't find the bodies before I make it. Thanks, guys. Here you go.
Thanks, Todd.
See, apparently, I think Patty Cakes is actually going to have to flash people
to get
them off of the stage.
No.
I think that's how it's going to have to happen.
I don't think anybody wants to see Patty Cakes anymore. I know I don't want to see Patty Cakes coming at me anymore with her list changes. All right, next up, we have somebody that's very special. He's here tonight to take notes on how it is to host a show because he's going to be hosting the Take a Swing at Cancer event coming up on May 4th over at Wild Willie's. Give it up for Mr. Luis Vasquez. Are you coming up? Come up. This isn't just like everybody applauds you. You have to actually perform. This is why he needed to take notes on how to host. Otherwise, he'd just be like...
Yeah, wait a minute. I don't have any music. Hold on a second. Let me check. No, that's not.
All right, you ready?
Quick bump up.
All right, quick note on hosting. Let people know before you call on them and make them walk this fucking... What is this, by the way? This is like the walk of shame in reverse. Guys, you newer comics, stop being so fucking tense. Christ almighty. It's just us. What are you afraid of? And, guy from Rhode Island, you're a racist. That's it. That's all. I've never heard such hate against Puerto Ricans in my life. Jesus Christ. We are tiny. What did we do to you? Did we gang up on you? Did you go to jail? Is that what it is? Were your people not protecting you enough? Did you not pay your dues? They just left you in the wind, so all those mini Puerto Ricans are just like fire ants. They just surrounded them. The
We're going to get you, gringo. I think that's the first time I've ever said gringo. I've never said gringo in my life. But you look like a gringo. You look like one. You look like someone that we should be saluting tonight. Oh, wait, I'm the racist. He said like 47 anti-Puerto Rican jokes. I do one Hitler salute, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. Thank you. Appreciate. He's like, I liked it. Okay. As long as Ian likes it. Fucking. There's always that one. Jeff DeCaro. Jeff DeCaro reminds me of like a lesbian after the transition surgery. But he really wants to go back. He just doesn't know how. He probably can't afford it. He only could afford the one surgery. Sorry, I had that roast waiting. Yeah, all right. This is not a Q&A, all right? It's not an intervention there, Jeff. I did not engage you. I mean, you're attractive. But I think your bush is way too hairy. You seen this guy? It's fucking shoulder pads. He has shoulder pads, and that's just all fur. You like part bear. That's just the tiniest, ugliest bear. Guys, this is all derailed. I have no idea what's happening. Listen, I discovered something about myself today that I am no longer ashamed. It's not about my penis, surprisingly. I like to sit down and pee. It's fucking awesome. You ladies have been on this gold mine forever. You know why I like to sit down and pee? Because I don't like to aim. I just let it free flow and then have to clean up pee all the time. It's just, but when you sit down and pee, you could just think and be. It's like, that's why women are always relaxed. They go and pee and they're just like, we do that and we're like, fuck. Honey, get the mop. I did it again. When I was a kid, I sleep peed in my kitchen. It was awesome. My mom said I walked into the kitchen like I was getting something from the fridge and just started peeing in the corner. I only wish I remembered doing it, because then I'd do it all the time, you know, like on purpose. She never let me stay up. I'm hosting a show. Can you believe it? Can you believe that shit? This is not going to go well for that. We're going to get like $5 for that cause. Like, this guy was awful. I'm not giving you any money. But, you know, she's going to be on the show, so it's going to definitely be awful. Oh, she is a horrible human being. You know what I mean? Her husband knows. He knows. All right? He sits there every time he comes out to a show. He's like, Jesus Christ. I should have got an annulment. There's still time. There's still time is what I'm saying. There is still time. No, you will need to flash me, and not with a light. Everybody else is just demanding you to flash him, but passive-aggressively, I'm going to aggressively say it. Don't sit there in judgment. She's like, yeah, I think the guy with the Puerto Rican jokes was right. They're awful. We're fire ants. Don't fuck around. He knows. Thank you, guys.
I'll take it away from you. I've given Byron the hook. I'll fucking give you the hook too, Lewis. I have no problem with it. You should have taken a note out of Crystal's book and just run up on stage and rolled up, Lewis. All right. Guys, next up we have Bella Palmer, and then Cynthia Gray, and then whatever Patty decides to go on from that point. It's really... No, you keep changing the list. I think so. I think it's Ian. All right, come on up, Bella.
She is never going to host again, is she?
Me?
Here.
I speak English, in case you guys were wondering. I was born in the Philippines. I grew up in the Bay Area. And I just moved here to New England. And not only am I fluent in English, I'm fluent in Tagalog, sarcasm, and porn. Obviously, right, my hobbies are comedy. I just picked this up a couple months ago. Porn and, dating in 2019. So, it's fucking legit. Anyway, so, in case you guys are wondering, I'm specifically, what kind of Asian? I'm Filipino. And, shit, I'm, fucking blanking out. Anyway, I just moved to a town called Broughton. I'm, number 5 Asian in population. And my daughter's number 3. Her boyfriend's 4. I think the number 1 is, the Asian lady that randomly works at CBS. It's true. Anyway, so I'm going to give you a little bit of idea of, what my culture is like. So I'm from the Bay Area. I think that's where my accent's from. And I have mostly married Filipino friends. That's all I got, right? They're all Filipinos, married. They're nurses. They work for Rodan and Fields. And half of them are, trying to get through life. And according to Facebook, they're all fucking doing well, right? They all drive Range Rovers, nice cars and shit, and Louis Vuitton, fucking red bottoms, whatever, right? But God forbid, right? A fucking cousin gets sick, or an aunt gets the flu or something, and then here comes the GoFundMe. I'm like, fuck! Right now I gotta fucking fund your shit? Whatever, dude. But, I'm, fucking nosy, right? So I click on that GoFundMe link, and I'm not going to fucking donate, right? But I'm fucking nosy. I'll fucking check how much you fucking donate, all right, motherfucker? So, most of them, and I'm like, fuck, how many fucking anonymous $20 donations are you going to get on this $13,000 GoFundMe that you want to fucking collect? But whatever, right? That's like a drink in Silicon Valley. It's fucking insulting. Anyway, so I have 2 ex-husbands, right? I got married when I was 12. It's legal in the Philippines. I have 2 college-age kids. My daughter's 22. My son's 20. And I have, 2, preteen kids. Yeah, right? Fuck, it's fucking expensive, right? So are the ex-husbands. They're all fucking assholes. All of them, including the fucking exes. The 20-year-old especially, right? So they're all on Twitter, and then the younger kids are, on Snapchat, and that's fun, right? It's the older kids that are, harder to fucking please. So, once in a while we're all together, and we're all just hanging out, and then we're talking about, stupid shit. Hey, Mom, I saw your post on Instagram. Yeah, cool. Why didn't you like it? It's your fucking Instagram is a little, lame. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay. He's your landscape's kind of, dumb, and your photos are, not, centered, and whatever, your hashtags are lame. And, they're, basically you're fucking basic, Mom. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right, motherfucker. What's going to be basic is your fucking data plan that I'm fucking paying for, motherfucker. You're going to go from unlimited to 3 gigs, okay? Now you can call yourself basic. And hashtag, how do you like me now? So anyway, my last bit is, so I've been dating, right? Bumble, fucking Tinder, whatever, right? I've done it all. And I have a friend who's sort of on the sketchy side, maybe had a little he was a little drug dealer in the past. decides to like hook me up with someone. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I meet this guy like at a parking lot at TJ Maxx in Boston. I'm like, all right, cool, right? We'll exchange numbers. It was like a legit drug deal, but with phone numbers, and like I kind of like him. So anyway, like I'm like, all right. So I've never really like dated a white guy, so I'm gonna turn to the white side, right? I've fucking been married to 2 Filipino men. Like, fuck it, let's just fucking roll with it. So anyway, and my idea of a date was like let's make fucking patio chairs. You know, like that's new, right? No one's ever done it. So like this guy works with his hands, and I'm like, we work up to it anyway. So we ended up having sex, and I'm just like, fuck, this shit's fucking like night and day. Like shit, all right, like all right. Well, I'll see you next week, because this guy is like 6'4", big hands, big feet. And I was like, shit, this is like a fucking lottery. Like, fuck it, this is like a huge gamble. Well, like the gambling fucking paid off. So I said, all right, well, I'll see you next week. But this whole week he was at my house. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I like this guy. But, you know, he left. And I was like, fuck, my vagina is so sore. Like, I'm like, fuck, he just raised the bar. Like, now I'm going to, like, measure a guy of how much I like him on how sore my fucking vagina is. So we're good. We're good. So, anyway. So I told him after that little 1 week of rough, nice sex, like, your last name, like, on my phone book, you're just like Dolge from TJ Maxx. Now you're like Dolge with a last name and a little 6'4" and a fucking, you know, notes. But anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Bella. Bella talked about my 2 dream things: red bottom shoes and ex-husbands. It's so rough because my husband's right here. All right, next up we have Cynthia Gray. Cynthia and I are going to be on a show on May 11th at the Sprinkler Factory called Hilarious. Can't wait for that. All right, come on, you little Asian. Move those legs.
Looks like you guys got to buy one, get one hoe free. Right? Okay. Lewis was like, fuck, she's dirtier than you are. So speaking of Puerto Ricans, I did a Puerto Rican once, and he was so small, I swallowed him with my vagina. We still haven't located him, so he still might be up there. So I was like thinking, you know, I'm going to go to Shooters. I'm like, I'm going to dress up. I wear a nice dress, my nice heels. But then I'm like, well, why didn't I wear leggings? I'm going to tell you why. Because I had a little bit too much gluten. I had some pizza, maybe some candy. And what happens when I have gluten is my labia starts to flare up, which is why I'm wearing this dress. And what happens, it flares up so much, I'm looking at you because you're crossing your legs, is you can actually use it as a flotation device. So if you were drowning, just hang on to her. And her name is Trampy Ho, by the way. The other thing is my daughter was in, she does the hurdles. She's amazing. But she didn't inherit my vagina. Because when I did the hurdles, I would knock them down one at a time because my vagina would just, okay. So enough about my pussy. I'm going to talk a little bit about, you know, people are like, well, someone talked about, you know, do you imagine people naked? Yeah. That doesn't help me. What helps me is I imagine myself naked, right? And actually, you don't want to imagine that because me naked, I look like a 14-year-old, no shit, Cambodian boy with 2 big-ass mosquito bites, right? I mean, Filipinos may have tight pussies. Like, I have an asshole in the front and an asshole in the back. And that's good for some people, apparently in Pornhub.com, asshole in the front and back, right? But you also can't tell the difference between our back and front because we're so flat. Like, this is, you know, anyway. So I went to Victoria's Secret. And, you know, how many of you guys buy bras at Victoria's Secret, right? They measure you, right? So they looked at me, and she had to call her manager over. And she's like, ma'am, you have to go to Justice over there. And just so you know, Justice is for 10-year-olds. So, yeah. Anyway. So I went to get a massage. And do any of you guys get massages? No one? Yeah? We go, right? So I went and I got a massage from a woman named Johnny. Not Jenny, Johnny. And she just happened to be Filipino. I'm like, oh shit, I fucking scored. Filipino on Filipino. This is awesome, right? So the moment she asked me, what kind of oil do you want? My Asian instinct kicked in. And that was to ask her, do you want a happy ending? Right? And she was like, oh. And so this, it was kind of a bad massage because she was massaging me like she was giving my whole body a hand job. It was so horrible. And she seemed to really like my right foot because she was lubing that right foot like it was going to come all over her. And I'm like, Johnny, starting to cramp up a little bit here. So she took her fist and just started punching it. I'm like, okay, that really helped. And the other thing, if you get a massage, I don't know about you, Serenity, but generally I wear my booty shorts, and that usually signals to them, do not massage my ass. And guess what she did? She didn't get that, right? So what I do is she started putting my shorts down, and then I have, just in case, a Sharpie that says, don't go below the fucking asshole line, right? So guess what she did? She went fucking lower. And guess what I did? Right before my massage, I took a shit, and I said, I'm going to leave a little tissue in there for her, just in case. And guess what she did? This is how I knew she was Filipino, because she didn't give a shit. She was massaging that and smelling it like it was nothing. Okay? All right. So, speaking of HPV, how many of you guys have had HPV? I think I might have had all 5 strains, right? It's the one that you get in elementary school. It's the other one that you get in junior high school. And it's the other one you get in high school. And then adult, all 5 strains. And hello. And I think that, you don't like my HPV? No HPV? No. I think I gave this microphone HPV. Is that HPV actually really means happy vagina, right? Because if you didn't have it, I'm sensing because none of you guys have the strains, is that you're either ugly, or you have a smelly pussy, or a smelly dick, or you're just very stingy. On that note, thank you very much. Thank you, Christy.
You can dance around if you want. All right. We have 4 more comics for the night. Nobody should approach Patty because nobody else is getting on the show. There are 4 comics left. Patty's down. All right. I'm going to tell you the next 4. We have Ian Matthew Sargent, followed by Antoinetta, then Serenity, and then Brian Holland. So get ready because it's a long walk. We all know it. All right. You ready? Don't do that to me.
What, does he want me to play his intro again, or is he done with that?
Woo! Hello, shooters! Gonna do a couple quick impressions. First one is Heath Ledger's the Joker. And here we go. Want to know how I got these scars? And I thought my jokes were bad. You ever notice that Jimmy Fallon's laugh looks a lot like Ray Charles singing? You know, when I was growing up, I got taller. Oh, everyone loves a good pun, don't they? No, they don't. I was thinking about doing a joke about a knife. I don't know, might be kind of dull. People might not get the point. They really didn't get it, I have to cut it right out of my fucking act. Trying to be sharp here, people. Trying to be sharp. You guys ever seen or heard about the axe throwing? I don't know. It just seems like an accident waiting to happen. Going there, yup. Test drove the new Subaru, the Subaru WTF. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Thinking about buying a new Honda. The new Honda HIV. Not positive yet, though. Still thinking about it. My buddy, he drives a Ford Focus STI. I'm like, man, you really need to get that thing checked out. How has Snickers not let the Hulk do a commercial? A really hungry Banner turns into Hulk, is freaking out. Hulk smash! Ah! Thor flies in. Banner! Hey, buddy. Sun's getting real low, fella. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Here, have a Snickers. Comes out of it, wakes up. Thanks, Thor. Snickers. Satisfying. A man named Walter Summerford. This man was struck by lightning. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, a lady, but 4 times. First time, he was riding a horse and galloping. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! Struck by lightning. Thrown from his horse. Paralyzed. Recovers. Ends up moving to Canada. He's fishing. The street next to him gets struck by fucking lightning. Paralyzed even more. Recovers again. Is spending the rest of his life, walking through the park, minding his own fucking business. Struck again by fucking lightning. 2 years later, he dies. The 4th time. His gravestone is struck by fucking lightning. So he's lying in his casket. I wonder if God was trying to wake him back up and he's just scratching away at the casket, going, oh, fuck, this is worse than being struck by lightning. I can't breathe. I just can't breathe. It's over. I'm dead. I got a minute. Going dark. So, Alex Trebek, huh? I'll take cancer for 200, please. Tonight's Daily Double. What kind of cancer does he have? What is pancreatic cancer? You might say that his life is in jeopardy. And he soon might be done, 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 done. I guess I'm done. And I hope he pulls through.
It's crazy. Okay, here we are. Thanks, Byron, for making it have volume.
I had to turn it down a little bit.
I know, it's amazing that Shooters didn't want to let him in tonight, and he had to go all the way back home. Come back. Try it again.
That he was going to not have to use the microphone, to tell you the truth.
All right, next up we have Antonetta. Last time I was here, she won. Yay! So she's like big winner here.
Hello. Listen, first of all, what is it with all the hate on Puerto Rican men? Because I'm married to a really sexy Puerto Rican man, and we've been together for almost 22 years, all right? And when he said he likes to sit while he pees, it's not because he could relax. It's because he enjoys the feeling of his balls touching the toilet water. It's a really relaxing thing. It's true. It is. It's like being on vacation. But, I'm married to, and I think he's really sexy. And because, of course, because I love him. But there's some ladies in the crowd, and you know what they say about Puerto Rican men is true. And they put adobo on everything. On absolutely everything. It's not a stereotype. It's true. See, she knows it. It's true. It really, see, even those guys in the back, are you Puerto Rican? I have no idea. Guys in the back playing pool. Hey, hola, pero. Papi, papito, papi. Tú eres un boricua. Tú eres boricua. Oh, my God. This joke isn't going to go well at all. Oh, man. All right, I'll just keep it to Puerto Ricans then, because I was going to talk about Dominicans tonight. That's not happening. But no, seriously, he has a really great way of impressing me. Like, one tells me, come over here, babe. I want to show you something. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. I said, all right. What are you going to do? He takes his dick. He swings it. Bam! Closed the pantry door with his dick so hard. The painting fell off the wall. I was fucking impressed. I was like, come over here. Let me kiss it. Oh, my. Is that fucking adobo? Is that adobo on your dick? But dicks? Why dicks? See, the guy in the back is laughing because he's done it. Right? Why dicks? They're already salty. And he fills me up enough to know I don't need the extra MSG. Fucking guy just doesn't understand me. I don't get it at all. Seriously. But I'm lucky. You know, he's given me some really two beautiful daughters. And I have a 6-year-old, and she's in school all day. And then I have an almost 2-year-old, and I have to socialize her. So I brought her to this new play date thing. It's a group with moms. And I knew I didn't fit in the minute I walked into the fucking place because everyone looked really fancy. They spoke really nice, and they didn't have language like me. And a woman approached me immediately, and she's like, hello, how are you? I'm like, I'm great. How are you? And she's like, I'm wonderful. Are you here with a kid? I fucking hope so. Because if I'm showing up to a play date alone, I'm either Jared from Subway or R. Kelly. Or, you know what I mean? I'm obviously here with a child. But nonetheless, she tells me, I have a kid here. His name's Jimmy. He's 4 years old. I said, oh, wow, that's cute. And she's like, do you know what Jimmy was doing at 2? I'm like, what was he doing? And she's like, he was already spelling words. Wow, so interesting, I told her. That's great. And she's like, do you know what he was doing at 4? He was reading. Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And she's like, yeah. So how's your 2-year-old on the developing? I said, well, you know, we love going to the park. She eats mulch and basically randomly spurts the word shit. Yeah, but other than that, pretty great, you know. She claws at people, pulls her sister's hair, slaps people when they look at her. She's a feisty little 2-year-old. I have no idea where the fuck she gets it from. None whatsoever. But the lady tells me, oh, it's all right. Don't worry. When they get older, they learn, you know. They learn. They start getting smart. They develop at their own pace. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And she's like, yeah, but, you know, my little Jimmy told me he's going to be an astronaut. I'm like, okay. Where's Jimmy? Because at this point, I want to see little fucking Jimmy. Where's Jimmy? I say, oh, that's cool. Where's Jimmy? She points at him, and he's in the corner eating his own fucking boogers. Like, that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy. That's cool because I'm pretty sure Neil Armstrong didn't drink his own bathwater. Jimmy has a long way to go. Long way to go to be an astronaut. But I was so pissed off, you know, because it really upset me because I went home and I started trying to teach my 2-year-old algebra to try to prove myself if I ever went back. And I don't want to go back because it was like being a part of a circle jerk. Both hands occupied, like everyone's patting each other's back, you know? And there's always that one person who has to be better than everyone else, just going the fastest, you know? It's like, and it's like, slow down. It's like milking a cow. The end result is the same. The only thing is the difference, so you don't drink the other one out of a cup. I was never really a fan of milk anyway. But, you know, listen, I Google porn. I see some things sometimes. And listen, everybody does. I know all of you knew what a circle jerk was. We're on the same page here. But really, and there's some really crazy shit up there. Like my friends and I, we were a little drunk. We clicked on this advertisement. This woman, there was a huge bowl, like just a bowl full of just cum. And I thought to myself, well, what is she going to do with that? Let's click on that. I'm curious. And we clicked on it, and she took out a straw. She put the straw in I fucking swear to God. She put the straw in there. And I thought, she's not going to drink this. No, she's not. She slowly sipped it. I was impressed because there wasn't even anything to kill the taste. No strawberries or cherries on the top. And she took it. She took it. But you know what impresses me the most? The fact that they wear makeup when they do those kind of shoots in porn. Like, why? She had cum, like, hanging off her false eyelash. She has a crazy look on her face. Like, give me more. I don't know. Maybe I should stop looking at porn. I don't know. You know, when you're married, everybody goes to bed early. I'm bored. I just Google it, right? You agree? Look at you. You're a freaky little girl. We'd get along. But anyway, the light's shining on me. I've talked about dick and balls too much. Thank you. That's my time.
It's never too much. Yeah, dick and balls. Give it up. Yeah, I don't know about Puerto Rican men. I've never been with a Puerto Rican man. I'm married to a Polish man. You know what they say about them, right? They're dumb, right? But I've never done a Polish joke like that, like a Polish making fun of their intelligence. But the other night, I was at a biker bar, and I'm doing this joke about my husband's dick, as you do. And I'm saying that it's 6 inches. And this guy yells out, big guy, he yells out to me, more like 3 inches. And I was about to respond, and he goes, I know, I'm Polish too. Talk about a fucking idiot. Like, the guy yells out in the middle of a biker bar that he's got a 3-inch dick. All right, next up, we have Serenity.
All right, what's going on, shooters? All right, let me just touch on this Puerto Rican thing, and maybe the Dominican cats over here can confirm. The best thing about a Puerto Rican or a Dominican is when you pull their skin back, surprise, there's an extra 6 inches. All right. That was a winner, huh? All right, guys. So, we're in tax season, right? Everyone's in tax season. Maybe you got some money back. I didn't. I've always worked for myself. I've had a catch-me-when-you-can attitude when it comes to taxes. Guess what? They caught me. The state of Massachusetts took everything from me, but there's someone else out there that doesn't like to pay taxes, and I'm thinking about tweeting them. And it would go like this. Dear Donald, I have this American pussy. I haven't slept with any Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. I'm in my prime, and I won't tell. Come and get it. And, you know, I wouldn't even have to do. I actually tried selling my eggs because the state of Massachusetts took all my money. But it turns out you can't get that much for eggs that have alcohol fetal syndrome. But Planned Parenthood ponied it up for little Johnny and Sally. That's right. Cancer touches us all, guys. So I am prepared to take this baby selling thing to the next level, which is why I got a job at the sperm bank. They love that I've been taking the work home with me. However, I've gotten fired for drinking on the job. I thought everyone loves slush puppies. The dirtier, the better. So, I don't know if it's because I've just been drinking so many slush puppies, but I've been getting bouts with constipation. And it's so bad where I'll be in the bathroom like, oh, I'll never drink them again, that it's raising me off the toilet. But then I'll shit, and my ass will know what a gangbang feels like. And for $2.99 on Pornhub, you can too. Nobody fucking pays for porn anymore, do they? We all have porn in our phones, which is probably why I'm not getting very many hits. But how many people wipe your phone down after you're done watching porn? Crickets, one person. You know, porn's come a long way since when I was younger, because I would have to watch it on the Scramble channel at my parents' house,
And I'd have to be like, oh shit, is that a titty? Now they're all in our phone, right in our pocket. And, you know, the people that don't wash their hands when they come out of the bathroom, they're definitely not washing their phone. So, when you ask to borrow somebody's phone, you need to check their web browser search. Don't want to put that up to your face. Is that a pimple or a herpes? And I don't know about you, but I prefer to watch my porn on my TV, the 55-inch screen. I like it right up in my face, life size. That's right, the dirtier the better. So, in my real life, guys, I'm actually a waitress. So please take care of the bartenders. And, you know, people will come up to me and they'll think they can say whatever they want. I have been asked when the baby's due. And I'm like, the baby? And before I used to just be like, no, I'm fat and feel bad about myself. But I don't play that anymore. Now I tell them, I just lost the baby. That's right. Irish guilt increases your tip. And, you know, sometimes, like children, Christy, I think I've waited on your family, will come and sit in my section, and they'll start whacking down sugar packets like I do cocaine. And their parents don't want to do anything about it. And that's when it becomes my job. I will be in the back of the restaurant breaking up my diet pills, breaking up my Adderalls, sprinkling them in their Shirley Temples, dropping in a Wellbutrin just so those little fucks don't come down wrong. And before their macaroni and cheese even hits the table, they're like this. I Bill Cosby little kids. I just don't take them home with me. And the same trick works as when I'm out on a shitty date. Thank God everyone has ADHD. If anyone's looking for any babysitting services, wear those Dominican cats, because I know that they have children. If anyone's looking for any babysitting services, my name's Serenity Jones. You can find me on Facebook, Thick Chick Comedy. Thank you so much. I love the Wicked Pisser Show.
Yay! Serenity made a big assumption that we take our kids out of the chains and take them to restaurants. We don't do that. All right, next up is our last comic of the night. It's Brian Holland.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I've heard that before. So how's everybody doing tonight? Having a good night? Thank you guys all for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause. I want to thank every one of you. I want to thank the Wicked Pisser crew for putting this show on. And I especially want to thank my girlfriend for being here tonight, because now I can talk shit about her in front of her. We've been having some problems lately. She's like really bossy. The other night, she made me go bra shopping with her. She bought one too. We've also been having some problems in the bedroom, which I know is hard to believe looking at me. But I tried to look into how to fix it. But I read one article, and the guy said that the size of a man's girth is important to him. Is that true, ladies? Is it? I don't think so. I put on 30 pounds, and shit only got worse. I read another article that you can improve your sex life by incorporating household items in the bedroom. Anybody else ever try this? I don't always make the best decisions. I end up choosing toothpaste. But it actually worked out pretty good, because now she's always minty fresh, and I get 30% fewer cavities. It's your fault for coming to the show, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Can anybody give you a ride home? The other problem we've been having is she thinks I drink too much, and she feels the need to tell me every day in every way. I got a text the other day, you need AA. I'm like, she's not just sending those 2 fucking letters. So I sent 4 back. I said, you need to STFU. I don't need AA. Ironically, my house is 12 steps from my door to the package store. I'm all set. Live right across the street. It's always seems like she's bitching about AA. It's always that I need a support group or she needs the batteries. Her idea of being romantic with me is like taking long walks down to the pond and skipping rocks off my fucking head. But she is romantic sometimes. Like the other day, I was carrying groceries up from the car, and had like 13 bags in each hand because I'm not making 2 fucking trips. And I get to the door, and she wants a hug. I need a mic stand for this shitty joke. And all I could do was give her like a Krista Reeves hug. Yeah, pray for me. But it's not that I don't want to hug her. I mean, sometimes, sweetheart, I just want to hug you and squeeze you until you stop struggling. She's not the only one that tells me that I drink too much. The other night, I had a horse tell me, you're too drunk to be in public. I'm not sure, but there might have been a cop on it. Excuse me. These lights are going to give me a fucking seizure. So, yeah, I think that honesty is important in a relationship. Like, erasing your computer history is important, I think, more than honesty. Anybody else run into this? Anybody else get caught with computer history, fucked up shit? Yeah, I spent 3 hours the other night trying to explain to her that all I was doing was Googling Gary Oldman, and I forgot the R. If the person next to you didn't laugh, explain it to him. We'll wait. My mother came over the other day, and I'd forgotten left my laptop on the floor, and she's like, can't see shit. And she thought it was a scale and stood on it. My mother weighs $976. Any Michael J. Fox fans here? Yeah, a couple. How about Muhammad Ali fans? A couple of those, too. Nobody likes Muhammad Ali anymore? You guys are all so young. Remember these people, do you? I'm so fucking old. But I bet when Michael J. Fox, Muhammad Ali hang out together, they spend most of the time silently agreeing with each other. Just thoughts and prayers, folks. That's what I need. Sometimes I wish that I was a dog. That way, when I shit on the lawn, people are like, good boy. Instead of, what the fuck, dude? That's what I keep hearing. So, I'm a little bound up today, if you can't tell. I went to the doctor for my constipation, and he prescribed marijuana. Thanks to legal marijuana and all that. And he told me that if it doesn't relieve my symptoms after 7 days, the shit will get off the pot. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys. I was hoping for a better close than fucking laugh. You guys were a great audience. Thank you very much. Wicked Pizza Show. You guys were great. Thank you very much. Oh, she's gone?
Not gone. Just trying to hide from Lewis. Keeps taking my picture all night. It's like the fucking paparazzi. Lewis, I'm right here. I'm right here. Just do it. Just take it. No. What? I'm ready. I don't want whatever Lewis is offering. All right. So that's it for tonight. We are I'm going to hand it over to Patty Cakes because this is a lot of chaos, and I don't know what she's doing next.
Well, hence
here.
the name, Comedy Chaos.
All right, here she is.
I'm a hot mess anyway. Oh, my God. So even voting tonight was screwed up. Anyway, whatever. So, the results are in. You ready, Bumpa?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, God.
Hold on a second.
This or this?
We'll start with that one first.
Which one? So what's this one getting?
Oh,
This is what it's like working with these two every time. You show up. Oh, yeah, we'll start at 8. 8:30 rolls.
All right,
by.
I'm going to start with
here we
third
go.
place.
We got it? Okay.
Third place gets a $10 gift card to Wegmans. Woo! Because we big spenders in the Wicked Pizza Show.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
The winner of the third place prize tonight is Cindy Gray.
oh. You coming up?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
You want to jump up? No, you don't have to, baby.
Oh, my
woo!
good, good.
No, Luis, where were you for the picture?
What's happening?
Thank you. Wegmans. Because Stop and Shop is closed.
Yeah. That's why
I
we
know.
didn't give the Stop and
I
Shop
work with
card.
All right. Second place prize tonight, which consists of the redneck gift basket that we're sort of famous for. It's a little abbreviated tonight, but it's got the basics. It's got a beer, which you can't drink here, but it's like top of the line dollar beer.
Is that a pickle in there? You happen to see
There's
me.
a pickle in a bag. There's a moon pie.
Is that my beer?
There's
My
what else
beach.
is in there?
Don't worry about it.
Sun chips, which are usually pork rinds, but whatever. And redneck fire alarm, which is tuna fish.
And not just any
There's
tuna fish,
spam in
though.
there.
Well, it's like buffalo tuna fish.
Or
That,
Yeah.
Jiffy
that
Pop.
is actually Bumpa's lunch. Sorry, dude.
Actually,
You're
no.
not gonna get
I did put his lunch in. I said, oh, shit, no, he eats it. I got to do this one. This one goes to someone we put on the spot. Luis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've won this from us
Don't do it.
before.
We'll just give it to you.
Oh, yeah, baby. Woo! Oh, someone can. We need a shot of that ass. Woo! I think you won this before from us. Oh, my God.
Right there, that's you.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you. Sorry for putting you on the spot, but
I did
That was
not
funny as
see
shit
that
tonight.
coming.
That's like your Providence. Your Providence
I
Public
know, I
Beach
slacked.
special
I
right
didn't go to
there.
Dollar Tree today. Damn it.
The next time we got to put some adobo in that shit. Oh.
All right. No. That is not it for first prize. First prize winner gets a thumbs up award from the Wicked Pisser Show, as well as $25 in cash. That goes to Brian Harpin.
Oh, yeah.
The man who started all the shit tonight. Climb your ass up here. Woo! Yes.
After the last.
With
after,
his shower, his special shower. Woo!
after the last show, Brian went home with a set of Sunny Dog wheels and made it Facebook fame. Yeah. Made Facebook fame on the Sunny Dog page. We took a good picture of him in the
Sunny
chair,
Dog
the
loves
special
him.
wheels.
And remember, it's sunniedog.com.
Yeah, they're great. Actually, great wheels. They replacement wheels for your office chair, and they're rollerblade wheels instead of regular wheels.
They're
And
great
awesome.
until you're someone like Bumpa who destroys an
Oh, yeah,
entire
and,
chair first.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, you got to give them the cash.
Probably could use some more bug spray. The bugs are coming out now, so if you go camping there.
So happy camping. Thank you guys, everyone. We appreciate
Yeah.
you coming out tonight.
Special shout out to to everyone. We had a hard time picking out the top three, honestly.
Yes.
And I got to say,
I think we just had a hard time in general tonight. Me with the light, me with mixing people up, but thank you guys for dealing with it tonight.
I got to say thank you all for coming because without you, we wouldn't have had an audience either.
Sure.
So, you know, it's
And it is comedy chaos, so why be normal, right? But thank you guys. Definitely check us out on Facebook Live, Spreaker.com. See your set. I think we did pretty good tonight.
Yeah, we did great. A video. I'll
with no
try to get the
hiccups.
video posted later.
Nice, clean video. So
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for listening and attending. I'm Byron.
I'm Baba.
I'm Patty Cake.
And you've been listening to the Wicked Business Show. We are
Oh,
a Studio
and it's
5
extra
production.
special thank you to Christy Kilbazinski. Didn't mean to diss you,
Thank you.
girl.
Holy shit, yeah.
We put her on blast. At the last minute. She's a trooper. Thank you.
She'll never host for us again after
Oh
this
my
one.
God. She's never going to talk to me again. I'm probably getting blocked on Facebook
But look
today.
at her packing up and going, let's get the fuck out of here now. All right, a little bit of hard number 9 playing us out. Thank you very much.
Say the grass is greener on the other side, but you say that you don't know 'cause you can't afford the ride. Well, don't say it's over until it's over. Look at what we've done. It takes a lifetime to have such a good time. We're having so much fun. The ball's in your hand, you gotta run with the play. You think about the future, but you don't care about much today. You like the way it's silent, and no one bothers you. But when the world's in your hand and you ain't got no plan, well, you just don't know what to do. Now tell the truth. Don't say it's over until it's over. Look at what we've done. It takes a lifetime to have such a good time. We're having so much fun. Tomorrow can always get better. To those who don't like today, I'm telling you things will get better. And that everything, whoa, and everything gonna be okay. Don't say it's over until it's over. Look at what we've done. It takes a lifetime to have such a good time. Well, we're having so much fun. Don't say you're with me until you miss me. Well, we're having a good fun. Don't say it's over until it's over. Yeah, we're having so much fun.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?